Most people spend over 40 hours a week working for money, yet they rarely stop to ask, what is money really? Who creates it? Where does it go? And why does it seem to disappear the moment you earn it? In this video, we're breaking money down step by step. Think of it as your mini MBA on money, rooted in real economics and biblical wisdom. This isn't motivational hype, it's truth. By the end, I want you to be at least 20% more financially educated, walking away with clarity, strategy, and vision. So, let's begin. Money, at its core, is simply a medium of exchange. The word itself comes from the Latin moneta, named after the Roman goddess Juno Moneta, in whose temple coins were minted. Before money existed as paper or digital numbers, people bartered goods, cattle, salt, or grain. But barter had one major flaw. Both sides had to want what the other had at the same time, known as the double coincidence of wants. To solve this, societies adopted commodity money, such as salt, gold, silver, cowrie shells, or livestock. Eventually, representative money was introduced, paper notes backed by gold or silver. Today, however, we use fiat money, which isn't backed by anything physical. Its value comes purely from trust in the system. Fiat literally means let it be done in Latin. But here's the fragile part. Once trust is lost, money becomes nothing more than paper. So, where does money actually come from? Most people assume it's printed by governments, but that's only partly true. Central banks, such as the Federal Reserve or the Bank of England, create base money through printing cash, generating digital reserves, or buying government debt. But the vast majority of money, over 90%, is created not by governments, but by commercial banks through fractional reserve lending. This means when you take a mortgage, swipe a credit card, or borrow a loan, new money is created. Our economy runs on debt, and central banks control its flow by adjusting interest rates, the price of money. Fractional reserve banking is the hidden engine of money creation. Imagine you deposit $1,000 at your bank. You may think it sits safely in a vault, but in reality, the bank keeps only a small fraction, say 10%, in reserve. The rest is loaned out, multiplying through the economy as each deposit is re-lent. That original $1,000 can become $9,000 or more in total supply. This system works until too many people try to withdraw at once, causing a bank run. No wonder Proverbs 22:7 warns, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." Who then controls the money? Three key players: central banks, commercial banks, and governments. Central banks manage supply, inflation, and interest rates, essentially setting the cost of borrowing. Commercial banks profit from loans and deposits. They are businesses, not vaults. And governments? They tax, spend, and borrow, often issuing debt that central banks purchase, creating a cycle of money creation through borrowing. Together, these players shape economies, businesses, and even your household budget. But why do governments keep injecting money? One method is quantitative easing. Central banks buying bonds to push more digital money into the economy, lowering interest rates and fueling spending. This happened during COVID-19, when trillions were printed worldwide. The result? Stock markets and real estate prices soared, but ordinary people were hit with inflation. Another method is fiscal stimulus, where governments borrow through bonds and spend on public projects, healthcare, or pensions. But the problem is, debt never disappears. It's rolled forward, and interest piles up. Haggai 1.6 puts it clearly. You earn wages, only to put them in a purse with holes in it. That's inflation, the silent wealth killer. Inflation erodes your purchasing power, making savings worth less each year. If your salary rises 3%, but inflation is 6%, you're actually poorer. This is why wealthy people don't just save. They invest in assets that outpace inflation, such as real estate, businesses, commodities, stocks, and intellectual property. They understand how money moves and position themselves accordingly. But money isn't just about economics. It's also psychological. Fear, shame, greed, and irresponsibility shape how people handle it. Some live with a scarcity mindset, others feel guilty about wealth, while many try to buy identity through spending. Yet biblically, money is a tool, a test, and a mirror. Luke 16:11 reminds us, "If you are untrustworthy with worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches?" The right mindset is stewardship. seeing money as God's resource to manage wisely. The wealthy also track where money flows, through governments, corporations, and financial markets. By studying public budgets, private investments, and central bank reports, they identify opportunities before the masses. And just like corporations use principles of finance, capital budgeting, capital structure, working capital management, and valuation, you too must act as the CFO of your household. Do you know your cash flow? Are you investing in assets that multiply? Are you reinvesting in your skills, health, and family? Managing money like a business allows you to command it instead of being controlled by it. So, in this mini MBA on money, we've covered what money is, how it's created, who controls it, why inflation matters, the psychology behind it, how to track it, and how to manage it like a business. This is knowledge most people never receive in school. Proverbs 4:7 says, "Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom." Don't just chase income, and don't only pray for provision. Understand the system, apply wisdom, and manage God's resources with excellence.